All right, guys. I think we're live on YouTube. Hopefully, this is YouTube. Yes, it does look like it's YouTube. Okay. Thought I was on Twitch for a second. I was going to say, they don't have thumbnails on Twitch. All right, so we are live on YouTube. Yellow. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Why is this not doing? There we go. All right, we got 192 people here. Make sure you guys hit the like button as soon as you get in here. I'm going to go to subscribers only right now. Okay. Subscribers only right now. Hello, bro. Hey, Matthew, did you see CZ's tweet yesterday about the chapstick in the pocket? What? Are you joking? Is this a joke? Because is it a joke because I just put on chapstick? I don't even know what you're talking about here. Wow. So no. Crypto Twitter destroyed me. Now every time I put a lip balm into my pocket, um, a picture of Vitalik enters my head. What does that mean? Please tell me what that means. I don't know what that is. Matt, what's your nationality? I don't know. What does nationality mean? How do I not know that? I don't know. I don't know much of my information at all, actually, because my mom doesn't know, what she is. Um, my dad, though, knows what he is, but I don't know what I am on the white side of my family. I don't know what I am. German, Italian. I don't know because she was adopted, so she doesn't know that information. But we can probably figure that out if we took a 23andMe type of thing. Let's see. Vitalik picture. He he's hung like a horse. Is that all right? Let's leave it there. Uh, bro, LUNC will not go up while burning is up. You think so? Why would you say that? Good evening, bro. I can answer this. Matt is American. Perfect. For example, if your current price is how much can be burned. For example, if its current price, how much can be burned? Well, the current price is around 0.00029, right? That's what we're seeing Terra Luna Classic at 0.00029, almost 3. So it's been hovering around the same spot for quite some time. But it depends, right? If you have a certain amount of volume, then you would be able to burn enough. Currently, if we're seeing 1 billion, and let me see if I can bring this up. Currently, if we're seeing $1 billion, there we go. We basically take that and we multiply by 1.2%, and that would give us $12 million to go towards the burn if we see everything, off chain, on chain, all of that stuff. If we don't see that, then we're obviously decreasing that probably by 10%, or by 90%, I mean. somewhere around 10% stays for on-chain burns. Between 10 and 40%, it really all depends on the day. But if we take this 12,000 and we multiply, we multiply it by, I feel like that's not right. Sometimes I get this confused. 0.0003, that's not right. We gotta divide. We would have 40 billion in a day, and that multiplied by every single day. If we can stay around there, if we're not seeing like it absolutely skyrocket and we're seeing it hover around a billion, where it is now, and we continue to have that, then you'll basically see that multiplied by 30, which would be 1.2 trillion. Now, that's if we see, we don't have to see it skyrocket. We could just see volume that's going through it. $1 billion worth of volume. We can see $12 million total. Then you'll go from there. However, if you're looking at basically 10% of that, so instead of looking at the 1.2 there, you would multiply it by 10% of the 12 million. That would be 1.2 million, which would be 4 billion that you can burn off in a day. And seeing 120 billion in a month, which would take us a very long time to burn off the total supply. However, it's still a good situation. It still can work. It just will take a lot longer. I do believe that we will see off-chain burns, and if we don't, people will go to places that do offer it. I don't think you guys can even see the screen, so that's too bad. This is what I'm talking about here. I always forget in the morning because somebody asks me a question right away, which typically I like to take the first 10 minutes and just leave me on the screen and just talk to you guys. But this is what I was talking about here. So 1 billion, we're taking 1.2% and we're taking 10% of the 12 million. And that'll get us to 4 billion coins, which would be 120 billion dollars. Or sorry, 120 billion coins that we can burn off in a month. However, if you're not factoring in the 10%, if you can see everything, so on-chain and off-chain burns, 40 billion, 1.2 trillion in a month. So it could work. But it all depends. If the price stays stable, obviously if we see it skyrocket, we're going to see volume that's going through it. So we'll have to see. We're waiting every 15 days, what central banks will say. That is ridiculous. Why isn't the price increasing due to FOMO? It's weird. People aren't flocking in. The issue is that, not really the issue, but you have some people that are skeptical that are probably going to get in after you start seeing it run. FOMO is not only created just based on the hype of it, but to see it actually happen is a whole nother story. And then also to see things that are running makes people want to get in. Most people in the world, when they invest, they're investing on a green day, not investing on a red day, which it should be the other way around. You should be investing on a red day and, kind of selling on the green day or holding on the green day. And right now, if we're looking at it from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we're seeing it sort of up. But when it gets to about 10 o'clock, that's when we'll start to see it look like it's down unless we see it skyrocket in price here. As you can see, burn volume should be between 3.5 and 4 billion. That's what we're seeing. So as you look at here on-chain burns, when it does start, if you're factoring in the 10%, it should be somewhere around that 4 billion mark. And that would be 120 billion a month, which is still great. I think we're going to have more burns that are happening, obviously, off-chain. With MEXC, we're seeing so much that's going through there per day. But if Binance and every place is not going to do off-chain burns, there's a lot of people that are going to move to MEXC or a place that is going to offer it. And I hope that it holds up. Because some people say what they're going to do and they don't actually do it. What about Quant? I like Quant. I hold 2 Quant. I would have loved to have bought more where I was planning on buying it, but I let other people talk me out of it. It was at $42, and now I believe it's at like $100+, right? I don't know how far it has come back. Yeah, it's at $105. When I was gonna buy into it, it was around $42. Yeah, and I was told that it would drop below 40, and I didn't see that. I mean, yes, I did see a low price, and I did see pullback potential in everything, but Quant was just giving me like it's gonna double vibes, and it did very quickly. How many stocks does everyone have invested in Luna? So how many dollars or how many coins do you have invested in Luna? There's a lot of people here that have millions, maybe tens of millions. I have 44 million total, and I'm gathering more with Terra Station, gathering more with um, Lunatics token, and right now, like I said, I just have 44 million. There's other people that have 100 million or 200 million. Do you know the official time of the burn starting? I don't know the official time. We will have to look into that. If Binance didn't implement the 1.2%, will price increase in Binance? Will price increase in Binance? If it increases in Binance, it's increasing everywhere. If we're seeing the volume in Binance, we're going to see that volume hit the regular price of LUNC. It's not just in Binance. But I would imagine you're going to see a lot of people that probably pull out just because of their lack of support with LUNC. If they don't do it, I think they will. I really do think they will. It's just not something that's out there as like public news right now. I don't think they want to do that. They want to keep the price kind of as low as possible. But MEXC tweeted that they are only in deposit and withdrawals. MEXC tweeted that they're only in deposit and withdrawals. Really? I thought it was on all trading because you could see the volume that goes through, and you could see the that would mean that they're only burning on chain. If it's only in deposit and withdrawals, then that would be on chain burns. So that's not true. Unless they just tweeted that. Do you think Lunatics will drop with the burn coming? And as people start to see more potential in LUNC, and as they double with Lunatics, has burned in one day. So, I don't know. That's an interesting take. I'm not sure if you will see it, pull back, because I think where Lunatics token is, it's kind of stable with the amount that's actually staked in the position and how much LUNC you're gaining. And it's not only just valuable because of the burns, it's valuable because of the rewards that you're getting. So if people are getting free LUNC from holding Lunatics, if you're seeing a high amount of volume, you get more Lunatics token than what you would gain if you bought Lunatics token. So it could be beneficial to a lot of people, especially when you see, Lunatics token at 4 zeros and LUNC at 3 zeros. If you can see those levels to where one price is a lot lower than the other, I mean, it just works, right? Because you're spending less money, but then you're having such a large input when it comes to the volume into it, and the volume dictates how much LUNC you're getting paid out. So it could be beneficial, in my opinion, to receive rewards. Yes, it won't be the biggest benefit in burns, but they've done pretty much their part in burns so far, and I think they're doing a lot of their part in rewards as of right now. So I understand Lunatics token, I believe, is at what, 0.00006. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go ahead and check this out. Uh, 0.00005. So you have 4 zeros, 1 5. It's at a $5 million market cap. You see $143,000 worth of volume. So you need to see more volume that flows through this in order to see this run. But understand that this is still new, right? It's not anything like you can look at Dogecoin, and it took 7 years to actually start running. I'm not saying that Lunatics token will be the next Dogecoin or be the next Shiba Inu or be the next whatever. It's going to definitely have its place. And I just hope that they can get more exchanges. You can get more volume. It's just you're not going to see a crazy amount of volume right now with everything that's out there, not only just Lunatics token. But if you guys want to check out Lunatics token right now, it is at a low price. You get free LUNC from it, which I've received LUNC. Let's see if I'm over the threshold. Can I access my MetaMask? Hopefully I can access my MetaMask here. If I can't, then I have to go into Chrome. Yeah, I have to go into Chrome in order to access that. I haven't looked at my how many coins I have in quite some time. When the block height hits, it goes live. Currently, it's so yeah. I don't know the exact time. I believe that the block height changes. The block height, well, not the block height changes, but the time changes within the block height, because it was supposed to go live on the 20th. Obviously pushing to more towards the 21st, right? As soon as the burn tax goes live, I will buy more LUNC. For that, I will send 50% of my SHIB. You will sell 50% of your SHIB. I'm not gonna hate you for it. I'm not gonna say that you're doing a horrible thing because you're doing that. That's not the case. I am all for people making their own investments. Whether other people look at you and say, "Oh, that's you're what's called? You're not diamond handing it." What's that? What's the phrase that people use? Jesus, I can't think of it. Somebody help me out. Paper handed it. That's what people say. No, paper handed. It's like, no, come on, man. If you're making your own investment, I'm okay with you spending your money however you want to spend your money. How do you feel about all the SHIB talk? I feel it's all the same for the last year. So yeah, I definitely feel that way. I put out a video yesterday that's probably not the most popular video. I haven't checked how many views. I'm always weary of putting out some of those videos. I don't like doing it. Because they're negative videos, and I know that people are going to be like, why are you talking so negative on Shiba Inu all of a sudden? And it's not all of a sudden. It's been for, maybe the last, 4 months or 5 months, maybe even longer than that. I've been talking about this since they introduced like bone and leash, really. It's something where it doesn't make sense why it's not pinned back to Shiba Inu. And then everything else are like, oh, this is amazing that we're introducing wellies. Is it? It's amazing that we're introducing John Richmond. Is it? I don't like that's what really gets me. So I don't like putting out all the negative content, but I have to remain transparent with you guys, or else I'm not who I am. So I'm still holding my Shiba Inu. It's in crypto.com. Is he even going to waste his time with LUNC? It's about credibility. How will LUNC perform if he doesn't? Is CZ even going to waste his time with LUNC? So, yes. He heavily invests into positions. He's done this with plenty of plays and has been, kind of in the news when it comes to those plays. For LUNC, it's just another one of his plays to add to his bottom line of whatever, their balance sheet, right? Because their assets are based on whatever they're holding on their platform. And if you're looking at 2.5 trillion, you would love, or 2.3 trillion, you would love for that to get to a way higher price to be so much more valuable. And he knows that it could be so much more valuable if everything gets back to a form of like normalcy. However, if it does create a ton of volume on the platform, that brings more people into the platform. I'm pretty sure he just wants to bring as many people as he can onto his platform. While also having a better bottom line for your exchange. So I think it's beneficial for him Even if like right now Lunix price doubled, right? If Lunix price doubled and you're looking at a $2 billion market cap and it turns to a $4 billion market cap, that makes his exchange that much better because he's holding a third of the overall position, which means that if you just split that into a third, he's going to be looking at over $1 billion that he's adding to his bottom line, right? So it works. On chain, 1.2% burn tax starts. Um, yes, at the block height. Wait, I thought the 1.2% burn goes live today. Was it pushed back or was it originally going to go live on the 21st? I believe it was the block height was set for the 20th, but now the block height, that same block height, is set to go live on the 21st. So uh, I don't really know exactly how that can be pushed back, but it does end up getting pushed back, I guess, if the blocks take longer than expected to hit. Do you realistically think Luna can break a zero by the end of the year? Break this zero? Yes. I think it can decrease, or drop a zero by the end of the year. If it drops a zero, that is a $6 billion market cap. We were just at a $4 billion market cap. So without any burns, it could drop a zero. With burns, we'll probably see it, drop that zero and maybe even 5x from there. And then even get to a point to where we can hit my first selling point where I'll take about $15,000 and still have a decent amount left in there. So if I'm taking 15,000 and I have 352, I'm all for it. Richie, thank you for that super chat. I feel Lunatics gonna ride the wave with Lunic. Runs up, so I would be holding my 15 million Lunatics token. Very smart. They connected to a trending token. Yeah, I mean that's the idea. You do something like that, it really benefits your position. It also benefits the community if it's truly is supporting it. You know. Um, Speaking of supporting, if you guys want to check out my Twitch, feel free to go and check out my Twitch. The link is in the description. We had a good time yesterday, streaming for about an hour, and a bunch of people came through. It was really fun. And then we also watched some Shark Tank and checked out some of those videos. We're going to be posting those videos on the reaction channel probably soon. But if you guys want to go and check out Twitch, I'll pin that to the chat. Thank you for that super chat, Richie. Someone threw out 6:15 a.m. UTC on Discord. Not sure if that's 100% accurate or what. Having a shower. See you in 30. Well, thank you for being here. I'll see you then. So with the burns, how soon can we get to a $6 billion market cap? With the burns, how fast can we get there? Depends how much FOMO acts into it. We don't know what's going to happen. I hope that we see a massive jump to the position, but if not, it'll take its time to burn. We'll see the potential and we'll run from there. So I would expect to see some action before the end of the first 30 days, but let's hope for on-chain burns and off-chain burns to be a thing. And I think with off-chain burns, an announcement there, that's when we'll see the FOMO really kick in. That's not a... Brother, this guy stinks! This is not possible. $1, get out of here. I mean, it's okay for you to think that. I totally understand. But most people that are saying this within the chat that say, man, it's ridiculous that you think that this can get to $1. It's ridiculous that you think this can get to a penny. It's ridiculous that you think this can get to a $5 billion market cap, right? And those are those same people that still have 10 million coins just for shits and giggles, right? Because they want to be a part of what's happening and they don't want to miss out if it does happen. Maybe 10 million will cost you, $1,000 at whatever point you bought at. Maybe 10 million will cost you, um, I don't know, $2,000. But whatever, you invest your money and you're hoping for the best to turn that $2,000 into, $30,000 or something. Will y'all fix the Lunatics CMC notification? What do you mean? Are you supporting this burn when you buy your Lunas before the burn tax place? Are you supporting this burn when you buy your Lunas before the burn tax place? So you're supporting it one way, not both ways, right? No matter what, volume is volume. So you're going to see the volume contribute towards the burn. So yes, if you sell it. So if you're holding before and you end up selling it as it does hit other prices, you're contributing to the burn tax. If you are a person that's buying during that time, you're contributing to the burn tax twice, at 1.2% when you buy, 1.2% when you sell. Obviously, when you're looking to sell, it's at a much higher price. So if you're buying $2,000 here, 1.2% of, $2,000, you're sitting pretty there, right? Where you're looking at $220 something or something. It's not going to be like crazy. That's a lie. So you're looking at a decent amount that you have there that you can burn off. But then I don't know why I can't do math. Quick math is always difficult when you're live. I don't know why. I can do quick math when I'm around Erica or I'm around the kids or around it. I could do that, but then for some reason it doesn't work. That's why I always have to write everything down in Excel. But anyways, if you have the 1.2% on the buys, it's going to be a lot lower than when you sell. Let's say you sell at $1 million. Yes, you're going to have 1.2% that comes out there versus, $1,000 or $2,000 that you bought. So need to open Twitter, just go and ask so I can ask what you think of Cava. I'm currently staking 25% APY, but I saw yesterday circulating supply was more than max. Was more than max. How is this possible? So a lot of times if you have a free minting, so let's see, Cava has yes, they have a total supply of 253, but they have a max supply of unlimited, so they can add more to the supply as time goes on. When anything has a minting feature, that's where it ends up getting pretty difficult. You want to make sure you understand not only the total supply versus the circulating supply, but also how much they are minting, if they are minting frequently. And a lot of times if they offer a higher APY, that's usually the reason why. Like if you, for example, VVS Finance a lot of times will offer 75% or 60% or 50% APY, but they end up burning or they end up minting a lot of coins or adding a lot of coins to the supply, circulating supply. So that's where it ends up getting difficult. Now, I think VVS Finance is not really something, a place that mints the coins, but there is a lot. There is a lot of total supply versus the circulating supply out there for VVS Finance. CoinMarketCap says Lunatics contract can become a honeypot. So, yeah, I mean that's they have a certain thing that when they control so much out of it, it could. So yes, they always like to warn people. So I don't believe that that's the case. They're very transparent. They're going to be open with you. As much as I've seen them open with me, they're very open with me. So I hope that volume stays up. I hope that people stay into it and we don't see, anything take place to where they even change the project at all, because they can change the taxes and all that stuff. But I think anytime they make a change, it's always for the better. They're trying to help out the position in a big way. The fact that we had staking, the fact that we have the percentages and the taxes, but they always give you your warnings when it comes to coin market cap, if it has the ability to do that, especially if it's not something that has, kind of proven its way. If you have multiple exchanges, you can prove your way. What number of burns you expect tomorrow, Matt? Total, probably somewhere around, I would say 2 to 4 billion. If it beats my expectations, I'll be all for it. I would say 2 to 4 billion. Lunatic Penguins has a countdown tracker for the burns. Does it? Is that on the dashboard? This is for validator status. There you go. Blocks until the tax is active. It's basically 19 hours. 19 hours, 27 minutes, and forward 39 seconds. I would love to see Lunic hit like crazy highs for Christmas so people can take some profit. It's like say before Christmas we see it hit that 1 cent mark. That turns whatever you have, let's say you have 40 million, 44 million like I do, that turns 44 million into 420,000, right? At 1 cent. That means that you can take a little bit of profit, take 15,000, and yes, you would have to pay taxes on it, but 15,000, and you can split it and put the money towards Christmas gifts and be happy that you have that to help out people, or you can put it back into investing if you wanted to. But will the burn devalue the coin? So will it devalue it? It's supposed to add value to it in the long run, but will it devalue it? Will it devalue volume? That could be an instance, right, where people don't want to buy with the tax, but they want to sell with the tax. They want to get all the benefits associated with it. So we don't know how people are going to react. My opinion is that people will react. We will see it function as normal, and then burns happen, and then people see a path, right? Because if you burn 4 billion right from the start, and you burn within the first 7 days, you burn, or let's say the first 10 days, you burn 40 billion, and that comes off the top, and now you see it decrease below a certain point. Well, now you start seeing people that are like, oh, well, this is interesting that they're burning this much. So I think everything will kind of stay normal for a little bit. But once we hear announcements of like more getting into it, we may see it absolutely skyrocket. So I'm expecting to see normal price movement tomorrow. Now, if we see the this run, my expectation is normal price movement. If we see this run, then we will see so much more that's burning off, related to the taxes. And I obviously want to check Twitter, make sure people are mentioning Binance. The 22nd is, I believe they're going to have an AMA with Binance, but I'm not sure if they're going to answer any questions on if off-chain burns are going to happen. Thank you, Puffin Buds, for that super chat. Good morning, Matt. Happy Caddy put a video out yesterday. It said 47K per 100 staked per month. Those numbers can't be accurate. Do you know what it really is? So I wouldn't be able to know exactly what it really is. So 47 per 100 staked, or even 140 per 100 staked, that's not accurate numbers in Terra Station. And I was struggling with that, just like he's struggling with that. But the only way that you can figure that out, is by going on Terra Station and factoring in the value yourself. So you basically go on Terra Station, take your rewards, and then go from the time you're at, right when you take your rewards, to the same time tomorrow. And then you would be able to figure out how much you're going to receive per day. Then you could see how much you're going to receive per month. Now you can divide it. You can end up making that calculation, and I will make that calculation for Smart Stake. I will do that right now. So once I go into Terra Station, I'm going to undelegate everything that I have, And yeah, I'm going to undelegate everything that I have. I'm going to redelegate what I do have here. That's MetaMask. That's not the right one. Sorry, this screen is probably really bright for you guys. Let me go to Terra Station really quick, and I'm going to take that. I'm going to not undelegate. Sorry, I said undelegate. I'm going to withdraw my rewards. That's what I meant to say, not undelegate. So I'm going to withdraw my 52,000 rewards that I have in Terra Station. Let me do that. All right. And then I'm going to take the exact time. So 6:52. 6:52. I have to remember that 6:52 will be able to see exactly what that time is. So 6:52 a.m. Boom. All right. So I undelegated everything, or not. Keep saying that. I withdraw all my staking rewards here, and now I'm sitting at two LUNC in the last minute. So we'll push for that, and we'll go. So now we have to wait, basically, yeah. So we're waiting 24 hours to see what my payout is. This is just giving me the payout for Smart Stake. But I suggest that you guys do the same, whatever you're staking with, whatever validator you're staking with. If it's all nodes, if it's Ryan Money, if it's whatever, you'll be able to get that breakdown, because these rewards are not right. Because they updated it where it said you get 140 per 100 that's staked. But right now, as you look into Terra Station, let me change the color on this because I need a dark mode. I don't like looking at that. Boom. Yeah, as you check out the validators, it tells you, 30, 36,000, 37,000 per, 100 that's staked. That's not right. Even 140 per 100 that's staked is not right. Good morning, buddy. I believe the burns and the project. My only problem is a lot of new investors are so impatient. If they don't see a penny in the first week, they leave the project. I think it does create. If they don't see it run within the first week, I think that's when you will see people that get very, very impatient. So you're right. Most investors are very impatient, and that's why we're here to try and, kind of, I guess, lower expectations and not say that this is going to happen right now. And that's why I keep telling people that it depends on so many variables, and also giving people a better timeline to understand how the first month runs, because we're looking at on-chain burns right from the start. On-chain burns doesn't mean that we're going to see, 1.2 or $12 million that goes towards the burns. Right, that actually is towards the burns, the total 12 million. Not saying the 1 billion goes towards the burns, but 12 million actually gets burned off. It's not saying we're going to see that right away. We may see 1 million. We may see 100,000. Right. Obviously, I don't know. I don't really know how automatic this is as well. I would imagine it happens like right away, because it's within the coding, right? But then when it comes to CEXs, are they doing this after the fact, kind of like what MEXC is doing? How are they going to burn LUNC once a day, or every transaction going to burn? So on chain, it's most likely going to be every transaction that factors in a burn. But when it comes to off chain, or I'm not really sure what the coding is, because they could have an allocation to a community pool to factor in the burns. But for some reason, that's coming to mind that was the case. So it could be by transaction. We'll have to wait and see. But I know CEXs are going to do more of a buildup. So they withhold the tax, and then they send everything together in a day, just like MEXC is doing it. Are you opening a long trade later today or tomorrow? Am I opening a long trade with what? Just any trade in general. I've been thinking about getting into some plays. I was looking at, I can't remember what I was looking at now. I was looking at investing into a short-term trade with Kronos, currently at 10 cents. I was looking for this to get to about 15 cents in the near future, actually, and that would be about a 50% gain. So investing $3,000, I would be able to gain 1.5K out of it in a short period of time, because it is at 10 cents, and I believe where it's going to go is a lot further. And I was thinking about investing 3K right now. Is staking always going to be available, or will it go away? Love earning 4,000 LUNC a day. That's 120K a month. So, yes, staking will always be available as long as, obviously they don't turn the staking feature off. We don't get back to a point where USTC is completely bottomed out, and Terra Luna Classic is completely bottomed out. Staking is back on. That will stay on as long as they decide to keep it on. And it will be around. The problem is that you probably won't gain 4,000 every day if you're going to undelegate any position. So if you hold what you're holding, yes, that could be 120K a month, which could be $120,000 a month if it gets to $1. Now, for me, I don't know how much I'm gaining per month, and I guess this is what we're trying to figure out by going into Terra Station and breaking all this down. We're trying to figure that out, and we'll have that information by tomorrow. I mean, I could do it by hour, and then it'll tell me what I'm getting per day. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll do it by hour. We'll wait for the next hour. So we'll wait for 7:52. When 7:52 comes around, that's when we'll look at what we're gaining per hour, and then we'll factor that into a day, because I don't want to wait a full day. You see the impatient in how impatient I am. We have 800 people here, almost 850, and we have 360 likes. If you guys can hit the like button, we'll continue to answer questions. Meow, meow. You talking about my cat? Would be better 1.2% repeg USTC first. So no. You want to get the volume, or you want to get the total supply down for USTC and Terra Luna Classic. If you repeg USTC right now, there's nothing stopping an outside attack from attacking it again. And they can turn USTC from $1 down to a penny again. So the best thing that you can do, especially while Terra Luna Classic is supporting USTC, is get Terra Luna Classic back up to a normal state. Yes, you can repeg USTC, but like I said, it will crash again because there's nothing stopping it from being attacked again. I wasn't listening. We do have 425 likes. I would love to get to 500 likes, guys. What's the difference between Terra Classic and Terra? So Terra Classic is the original, to where they are going to factor in the algorithm and obviously bring on the previous utilities that they did have. The thing that you're seeing with Terra 2.0 is they're able to build on utility with Terra being a standalone project. And Terra Luna Classic will be pinned to USTC eventually. Mr. Caveman, if you were to sell your Shiba Inu and put it all on LUNC, you will quadruple your money. Well, you will quadruple your money. No, I would agree. You probably will. If I took all of the money that I have on Shiba Inu right now and put it on Terra Luna Classic for a short-term gain, yes, I would make probably a lot of money, tripling my money in the short term, and that's what I would probably look for. I would most likely look for it to double just for a quick quick run, and that's about 4,000, I think $4,000 worth that's in Shiba Inu that will go towards Terra Luna Classic, which would technically get me somewhere around what 20 million coins, an extra 20 million coins that I can sell short term. So it would work, but yeah, I'm not making that move. I have invested. I have what I want to invest into Shiba Inu, and I have some faith in Shiba Inu. However, it sucks everything that's going on with that play, and I don't want to give up on it just yet. But I may end up dialing back the position eventually. Why am I unable to buy more than 7,000 LUNC a day? What platform do you trade on? Is LUNC going to do well, or is LUNC going to nah? I don't. Is it going to do well? I think LUNC will do well in the long term. You know, only time will tell. We don't know what will happen in the short term as everything's getting established here. I hope that it's nothing but positivity, but some people react differently. In times where you think it's going to be positive, it could be negative. Sometimes where you think it's going to be negative, it could be positive. Is it okay that I have my token staked with 8 different validators? That's fine if you want to. I just feel like you're limiting your voting power, I guess. You can stake it with 8 different validators. I would suggest if you're going to do it with multiple validators, it would be 2, maybe 3, but 8 is a lot. And I also wouldn't stake more than 25% of my position. Do you see Luna hitting 5 cents by February? 5 cents by February. I want to say no because I want to limit expectations. But I do think that we will hit a penny by the end of this year. As long as we do see off-chain burns. I think we need to see off-chain burns and maximum support for just people, for LUNC in general. I kept 5 million Shiba just in case. Is there going to be a whale trap tomorrow? I don't think so. Why don't, like a bull trap? Is that where you're going? Why don't you change the minimum percent, 5% commission other than 0%? Why don't change minimum 5% position other than 0%? Sorry, I'm not understanding. You're saying why did they change the percentage from 5% to 0% or something? Or why did they change from 0 to 5%? I don't know why they do change it. But, I trust the validators that are at the top. And, yeah. Plus 21 days to undelegate. A lot of people don't know that. Exactly. That's why I would only stake 25% of the position. Why only 25%? Liquidity? Yeah, exactly. I want to make sure that my money is liquid because you never know how fast this is going to move. You never know how fast it's going to move. Holy cow. Richard, thank you for the $100 super chat. You're always coming through with something just insane, man. Insane. I do appreciate that so much. Matt, I'm buying more LUNC with some SHIB money I cashed. Waiting for the burn to buy. I really appreciate you, bro. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate everybody that comes through here. And I mean, it's definitely getting more difficult to hold on to Shiba Inu because you don't know what's going to happen. Now, if anything, I will hold on to 200 million. But it's getting close to where I'm like, should I just sell the amount that I put in at the bottom? Because I put in, I forget how much it was. I basically bought 200 million coins when it was at 12, 0.000012. Now it's at like 0.00001. So it's about to lose another 0. It's like very close to a point where it can lose another 0, or sorry, gain another 0. And that's not good. It could be good for people that are buying. Maybe they want to buy at that point and get the lowest price possible. But my cost basis for everything is at 0.000024. Without this 100 million or 200 million that I would take out. So we'll see. I could leave 200 million in there and we can go on about our day, and I'll invest whatever I have in LUNC, but I will let you guys know. I will let you know on Patreon if I decide to do that. It's getting harder and harder to hold on to this. At this point, I would be taking a loss with that last chunk that I put in there. Hey Matt, will LUNC pump and when? So I'm thinking we may see a pump after the first burn really happens, or the first series of burns happens. But I'm not sure if we will see it beforehand. We saw where it can pump to, which created a lot of FOMO buying into it all the way up to 0.0006. So I'm thinking that we'll see it pump somewhere within that first week, right? The first series of burns, maybe the first 1, 2, 3 burns, we could see that start to make some moves. But we will pump even more once we get an announcement of what the exchanges or CEXs are doing. So on the 22nd, there's an AMA, I believe, with Binance. But then there's a lot of pressure for others to come out and say, hey, we're supporting this via, off-chain networks, not just on-chain network. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that a lot. Again, if you guys want to join my Twitch, the link is in the chat. Let me just log in over here. Yeah, the link is in the chat if you want to join my Twitch. We're almost at 900 followers over on Twitch, and we're going to be live streaming on Twitch at about 8:30. I'm following you on Twitch. I appreciate that, Richie. I know you are. I just had a great conversation with somebody on Patreon yesterday about investing, about getting started, and all of this other stuff, and it was really great. So they were a financial freedom member where you have the one-on-one chats. I'm going to be uploading some of those one-on-one chats to YouTube, so that people know like how the conversations go. Maybe we can get a structure in place to where we understand investment styles and strategies and what you're looking to gain out of everything. But those conversations are so amazing to have. I understand I don't have a ton of time in the day to talk to people, but to be able to schedule that time in the month and talk to people that are following me on YouTube, are following me on Patreon, that look at all the different strategies and all the different videos that I create and find value in them. It's great to have those conversations because you have something. It's not like walking up to somebody and saying, like, introducing yourself and then trying to, build a conversation off of it. It's like you already know you have a conversation built up because you're both interested in the same things. So it's really fun, to be a part of that. And we had a great conversation yesterday. If you guys want to, am I banned? You're not banned. No, you're a member. You're definitely not banned. But yeah. If you want to check that out, link is in the description for Patreon. But when the 1.2% burn tax will start, definitely. When will it start? At that block height. So wait. at the block height. So it'll be 19 hours, 5 minutes, and 27 seconds is when the burn is going to start, when it will be active. Stupid question, but will we be able to see how many LUNC is getting burned? Yes. So LUNC penguins will be able to track everything. They're doing a really good job with tracking all of the burners, the top burners, the burners that are going through in the day, MEXC, Coin-in burns, Lunatics burns. You could see all the burns here. It'll show you the top burners here. So you'll see, and the crazy thing is, you will see all the CEXs and what's burning the most. And I would imagine if you have Binance that's doing the 1.2% burn, they're going to be at the top of this list burning the most. anybody from Lunic Penguins. Happy Caddy Crypto obviously is the one building this, I'm pretty sure. So if he's listening at all, right, I will probably message him on Twitter. I think it would be beneficial if you had the links to individual places here. So if you had the links for Lunatics token, for MEXC, for Lunic DAO, to say where you can go to get that or whatever. So like the CEXs also benefit a little bit more. So people are like, oh, you know what? Binance is a big burner in the space. Let me click on their name and let me sign up for Binance. That would be amazing if you could do that. And it just takes you to their website or takes you to their exchange to be able to sign up. That would be phenomenal. When is the burn? Tomorrow? Yes, 19 hours. Is the burn happening today? No, it's not happening today. Why no Twitch today? So I'm doing Twitch separate. I'm an affiliate now, so that means that I can't multi-stream until they allow multi-streaming, and they haven't changed that yet. So I'm doing one stream for YouTube till about 8:30, and another stream for Twitch from 8:30 to 9:30. Now, on days where I have to take Harper to the bus stop, that may be different. I don't know what those days will be, but we'll have to figure it out. And now Eric is going to be working different hours, so she has like a varying schedule. So that means that I may have to take Hayden to daycare as well. So I'll be gone longer. I'll drop Harper off, take Hayden to daycare, and then come back and finish streaming on YouTube, and then we'll go to Twitch in a little bit later. But today, it's normal. We're here all day. We're at YouTube, and then we'll go to Twitch the last hour. Are we burning penguins? No, we're not burning penguins. What price do you think? What price do you think Lunic when the 1.2% burn goes bearish? So when it starts to fall off, I'm not sure. The crazy thing is we don't know exactly where the prices will be at a lot of these areas. We're kind of just speculating, and I try and give you the most believable place that we can get to at those areas. But to tell you the truth, I don't know either. It's very difficult to predict exactly how people will react because you're part of those people that will react, right? How will you react, when the burn starts, maybe dropping off, or we're not seeing a certain number of billions that are burning off. Instead of 10 billion, it's 5 billion. Instead of 5 billion, it's 2 billion. Like, what is your mindset when the burning starts to drop or the volume starts to drop? What's your mindset? That may be the mindset of other people as well. I love you, Matt. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. With so much happening about the burn, why is it still stuck around 0.00029? People are waiting. You know how you're trying to see, what's going on with like I'm trying to think of an example. People are trying to wait to see what happens with everybody else, when people are going to start buying. People buy on green days. When green days, let's say if it's 10% up, you'll see a massive amount of people that buy on those days because they know that it's going to continue to pump, right? Or they feel like it's going to continue to pump. So then they create that pump by buying into it. And then the next people create that pump by buying into it more. And eventually people are buying at the highs, and then they're stuck at where the high is. But that's probably what you're waiting for, is the first level of FOMO buying to kick in. CEXs aren't implementing the burn because it's taking away from their profits. If their update, if there's an update, the 1.2% tax on chain, the 1.5% tax on chain, 1.2% off chain, with a 3% margin, and so that's not true. That's not true. 1.2% is an addition to their fees. So it's not taking away from their profits. It's taking away from the people that are investing into it. So if you invest $100, it takes $100 out of the amount that you're investing. It's not taking it out of their profits, because their profits come after the fact. So let's say you invest $100. They will give you that $100 or however much you're getting, plus they will take out a fee. Their fee is whatever the exchange offers. They're not taking that out of the 1.2%. They're not taking that out of, usually they're not taking it out of the actual position there. So it's in addition to whatever you add there. So it's a different story, and that's not true. It's not taken away from their profits. The only thing that it's taken away from is their potential volume. Because if, let's say, Binance does implement the 1.2% burn tax and no other CEX implements it, they're thinking that if nobody else implements it, people are going to be going to those exchanges because they're not offering those tax. They're pricing themselves out of the competition. It's like they're basically saying, we will offer you LUNC, but we're going to give you a 1.2% fee. Well, technically 1.3% fee, because it's 1.2% plus whatever fee they offer. So it's going to be that total amount while everybody else is doing it for 0%. So it's a different story there. But I understand where you're coming from. They are trying to, I believe CEXs are worried about what the next one will do and what the next one will do. And most of them, most of the CEXs below Binance are wondering what Binance will do, because if every other CEX implements it, they're thinking the same thing. Why would I price myself out of competition? Why would I do that? The tax means they will take our LUNC, but 1%. Yes, exactly. Good morning, Matt. Curious if you might know about capital gains tax. It's based off the first date I bought, or do I need to keep track of every transaction date? So it's technically based off of every transaction. So I look at it at a simple way. I'm not doing it off of every transaction. I'm doing off the transaction that I sell. So if you buy like 7 times, you just have to factor in whatever your gain will be. What do you think your potential gain will be? Like if you invested a total of $5,000, you just take the difference from the $5,000 to whatever you gained, and then that's going to be your capital gains tax, right? So I don't make it overcomplicated. You don't have to make it overcomplicated. Just track how much your gains are in transactions, not how much your buys are in transactions. Just look at, I invested 5,000, I turned it into 5 million. We know that you're going to have 4.995 million that you end up having as taxable income there. So that's the way that I look at it. I make it simple. It may not be the most accurate, but it is the most accurate if I'm taking those gains. If I'm not taking the gains, then I don't factor that into it. But that's the way that the government's really going to look at it. You took $5,000, took it out of your bank, and you're putting 4.995 million into your bank. So, yeah, that's the way they're going to look at it there. The difference between the two. That's another thing, Ryan. Thank you for saying that. If you do have that much money, I suggest getting an accountant, because you want to make sure that you're tracking everything the right way, and they will work through that with you in order to do that. So you're absolutely right. Hire a CPA, find an accountant, and make sure that you let them know, show them all your transaction history, and make sure they know how much you're going to capture for taxes, because you don't want to have to pay millions of dollars in taxes, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars by accident. So try it. Block the spammer. Heads up, Matt. Well, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. What is the price of LUNC when you bought at 44 million worth of LUNC? So I bought, the original amount that I bought was 63 million worth of LUNC. Well, not 63 million worth of LUNC, but 63 million LUNC, which was worth $40, right? $43, I believe. So it was at 0.000000, I'm pretty sure, 6. Pancake Swap showed a way lower price because it did not pause trading. Every other exchange shows the lowest price that it got to when it paused the trading. So a lot of times it'll show maybe 4 or 5 zeros. But yeah, 4 or 5 zeros. But yeah, Sorry, I missed a. Did I miss this? Oh, I didn't miss this. Curious about capital gains taxes are based on the first. Yeah, I read that. So, where was I going with this? I tend to distract myself. Oh, so yeah, I bought it about, I think it was 5 or 6 zeros. I can't remember the exact price. I always do the calculation and I know what price I bought at. But then, like, people are like, how'd you buy that low? And to tell you the truth, it was by accident. It wasn't something that I said, oh, it's at its lowest price, let me buy in. I saw it on Coin Market Cap at I believe it was 5 zeros. And when I went to purchase it, it said that it was only going to cost 63 million, and I was like, this either must be a mistake or it's actually way lower. And it's because crypto.com like paused things. You had I believe Coinbase said wouldn't allow trading within it or something like that. You had so many other platforms that stopped, and they stopped tracking it as it started to drop even more because it was dropping too fast. So I'm glad I got in it at the time. A lot of other people made that same move, whether it was in, I believe it was in MetaMask that they ended up making that move as well, and they made a ton of money. I wish I would have invested more, but I'm happy with what I invested. $40 to turn it into potentially millions, I will take that any day of the week. MEXC is gaining some of that wheel back. They are gaining it back. Yeah. You see 1 billion that they have burned off. See, they don't have a crazy amount of volume, but they are factoring in the 1.2%. Lunatics token did burn off 96 million, which I didn't even know about. Rewarding and burning. Yeah, I didn't even know they burned off another 96 million. How did I not know about that? So 2.1, basically 2.1 billion that they've burned off, which is pretty good, pretty cool, and pretty good. We got 1,100 people here. If you can get this to 750 likes, I feel like that's uh, we have about 600 likes, so 150 likes, and we want to continue talking about this stuff. So hit the like button if you could. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, again, please do so. I just need to stretch. We're at 638 likes. So continue to hit that like button. Why do people ask for predictions? Are you really trading according to what someone thinks might happen? No one, not even Matt, can tell you what the price will be in 6 months or a year. Don't trade on guesses. Yes, I think you're right. Definitely to an extent, though. There's a lot of things you can try and predict, and to have a range of predictions usually works. But the issue is that with something like this, definitely there's so many variables that it's very difficult to predict what the price will be in 6 months. It could be a huge range. Like typically when you're talking about like typically when you're talking about something like, let's say, Cardano or Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can understand like at least where the range of prices will be in 6 months to a year or something. But when it comes to LUNC, the range could be from where it is now all the way up to a level of like $3, which is a huge difference for anything that could happen. Like say the best case scenario happens where the 1.2% gets implemented on chain, off chain, everywhere. We see the max amount of volume that goes through, maybe like $10 billion worth of volume. That factors into the burn tax. Within the first month, we burn off all of the volume, right? Or all of the supply. That's the best case scenario that we could see, right? I don't think that will happen, but that's the best case scenario we can see. And if that does happen, then things go to a ridiculous point, and that's the ultimate price. But then we could also see the opposite, where we see less than a billion. We see 500,000 or 500 million that goes through in volume. We see the 1.2% burn only happen on chain. We see a factor of maybe 2 billion that's burning off every day, and we're not burning enough. So there's always a chance that any of those could happen, or either of those could happen. I spread out where I keep LUNC because each exchange will only allow so much when you cash out. True. True. Yeah. For me, I know I'm only going to push out maybe like a million or two at a time. There may be some points at the end where I push out 100,000 or 200,000, maybe 500,000. But yeah, you're right. Always having things in separate places. Like right now, I have it in two places: Terra Station and MetaMask. I know MetaMask will allow me to sell everything, whether it's through swapping through MetaMask or it's through PancakeSwap, because most people are not doing much through there. So I can do it through PancakeSwap. I can do it through swapping on MetaMask directly for Dogecoin or something and sending Dogecoin over to crypto.com. And after I send it over to crypto.com, I can trade it for USD, take that USD and throw it into my bank account. So that's really my mindset. Or I can put it over in Coinbase, which I think Coinbase offers a better daily withdrawal rate. Speaking of Coinbase, let's see where my positions actually are. I know things have come back a little bit. Check out assets. 9,555. We're seeing Harvest Finance down to $39 again. We're seeing Krillcoin down to 36 cents. I might have to just buy a little bit more again. I feel like this is going to absolutely run. So I have two plays. So right now I have $1,000 that I'm looking, or 1,000 coins that I'm looking to sell somewhere around a dollar, that dollar point, maybe 80 cents or so. And I do want to put a little bit more in there at 36 cents. I think that's a great buy. At least it is for me. Not for everybody, but it is for me. Algorand is looking good because I bought in there at like 29 or 30 cents and it's at 34 cents. That looks pretty good. Loopring is pretty low from where I originally bought in. And we have Ethereum. We have Quant. I have my Quant over here. Suku. ACH. I remember when ACH was worth $1,000. So that might be a good position to buy into as well, to average down at 1 cent, going all the way back up to 10 cents. That could be pretty good. Where's Anchor? Anchor is currently at 3 cents. I might have to look into Anchor Coin a little bit more, or I might have to buy into Anchor Coin a little bit more. So we'll look at that, and I'm definitely gonna take some time to play that out, because 97% of the supply is out there, and we've seen this at highs before. Pretty decent sized highs of 20 cents. It held at those highs, but I would say even if it does get to 10 cents, you're investing $1,000 here, right? You're looking at a 3x return. 14 cents, whatever you're seeing here, you can see a 3x return, 2x return. So I'm definitely looking at Anchor. Yeah. I'll let people know what I do on Patreon, but obviously not going through that now. But yeah, there's definitely some plays here that can really run, can really make some moves. Cosmos has been moving lately for me over in the DeFi wallet. Greetings, Matt. Can you give thoughts on utilizing Terra Station as a buying and selling platform for LUNC, USTC? This will allow the 1.2% on all transactions without relying on CEXs. Yeah, I don't know how they would do that though. I mean, they can. You just have to link, just like MetaMask does, where it links. Selling would be a difficult situation. You would have to swap in other coins, and that's usually a problem if you don't have the ability to swap to other coins. you don't have the ability to swap to like Dogecoin or swap to other coins on the platform. Like how many coins are on the Terra network? Is it just it's just two on the classic network at least. Well, technically you have all of these other positions, but I don't know what those other positions are. So if I go in my wallet, you're gonna see that I have all these other plays. I don't know what the hell this is, or this, or any of these. So is that just US, like USTC in different form? I don't know what they are. Um, so if you have the ability to swap to other positions, then yes. But in the factor of buying, all they would have to do is find a way to link like MoonPay or something to buying Lunic. But I don't know how they would do that. It should be simple. Maybe we can talk about that with like Edward Kim or um, Vegas or somebody. That's a good question. That's good. Oops. Let me just jot this down. Terra Rebels. Questions for Terra Rebels. Directly within all right, perfect. Somebody said something. Of course, and make money. Yeah, I've been having problems swapping other coins lately too. Just initiating. You and me both. Why do we have to pay taxes on money that has been taxed already? Buys and assets because it made money taxed again. Yeah, I don't know. They just want to find a way that anybody that puts more money into their bank account, they want to find a way to just bring that money to the government to use it for what reason? I don't know, right? All this money is taxed, and they're I can't say they're not using it for good purposes. I feel like majority of the taxpayer money will go towards a ton of things that we don't find necessary, and some people might not find necessary, but there's some that will. And you know if it's not benefiting all of us, I feel like it shouldn't be spent on, right? It should benefit everybody. But then again, there's always things that just don't benefit people. So that's the problem, is that you can't find everything. You can't find something that benefits every single person, or that they will find as a benefit. You may have 99% of people that can benefit from it, but you always have that 1% that just feels like they don't get anything out of it at that point. Whether you're even giving away free money to, like, you can give away free money to everybody, they feel like they would not benefit from that. There's always people, like a person that makes $11 billion a year. They feel like they're not going to benefit from getting that money. Let's say that obviously they have enough, but they won't benefit. So that's that 1%. Fixing the roads within a city, people outside the city not going to benefit from it, right? So there's always people that are not going to benefit from things that you do. Not to make this like a political situation, but there's always people that are not going to be able to benefit. I hate the fact that we have to pay taxes on money that we already pay taxes on, especially people like when somebody dies or something, and you end up receiving their fortune. You're paying taxes on the money that you received that was already taxed previously. That makes no sense to me. If you gain money out of it, like say if you take that money and you turn it into a bigger investment, then it makes sense. But if you're given money from somebody else and it was already taxed, it should not be taxed. If I win the lottery, I should be able to give it out to every single person that I want because that money was already taxed. It shouldn't be taxed as you put 100,000 in someone else's bank account. Now they're taxed on that $100,000. No, I already freaking paid taxes on that. I don't understand that portion of it. If it's a gain, it makes sense. If it's not a gain off of the original money, then you shouldn't be taxed. So anytime I would want to give somebody something, it would be in the form of like property or something, and you would still have to pay taxes on that, I believe. So life insurance is the way to go. I pay enough tax and I get nothing in return. I hear you. I hear you. All right, we got almost 750 likes and we got 1,000 people here. All right, let's see how the entire crypto market is going. Let's see how the dominance is going, all that stuff. Let's give you guys an update. So currently the global crypto market is at $935 billion. It's up 2.74%. We're also seeing that Bitcoin's dominance has increased a little bit. It's still at 39%. So Ethereum's still eating away at that. I thought we would see more with the merge that was coming and how much that would impact that. But yeah, that's where we're standing when it comes to the overall market. We can see that Bitcoin's up 3.3%. Ethereum's up 4%. And you're seeing BNB that's up 3%. XRP is up like 9%. That looks really good to see that. Solana's up 4%. See if we're seeing any other big gains. Wrap Bitcoin 3%. Ethereum Classic is 3% as well. Scroll down. FTX token is 5%. Kronos is 2% up. I still think I should put more money into Kronos, but I'm starting to think that other positions may play a bigger role. Maybe like putting money into Anchor, putting 1,000 into Anchor, and turning that into something way bigger than where it is right now. I think it's at like 3 cents, like I said. So that's not a bad idea, in my opinion. Tezos is at $1.50. I think that's a decent buy as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are green today. It looks good, makes people feel good. But if you live in the UK who wins the lottery, every lottery draw, the government, they're one lucky sob winning every lotto draw. Hip thrust that damn like button. Yes, definitely hip thrust the like button. We have almost 800 likes. Guess who's supporting the burn tax? Who? Tell me who. Crypto.com. Wait, you just saw a tweet from them? Oops. Crypto.com. There we go. Crypto.com is supporting the burn tax for LUNC on the Terra network. They have to make that clear on the Terra network. That will be expected on the 20th of September. Exact time and date is subject to change due to varying block times. So it's going to be not today, the 21st. So in 19 hours, I believe. Matt, I slowed down on CRO for now. So have I. I didn't buy as much CRO. I was buying every day. When it was at 12, I definitely was buying. I bought $4,000 worth at that point. And yeah, we could see it. We could see it run. And if I buy more right now, I can technically get up to that 100,000 that I wanted to get to. I believe the hesitation from most CEXs to implement the off-chain burn tax is an indicator of how valuable they know LUNC is. Yeah, I mean they understand that um, they will they will do this on the Terra network, and they have to make that clear. This is good news, but understand that crypto.com doesn't have a very large amount of volume that flows through, Terra Luna Classic. It could have a lot more. If they decide to implement the 1.2% burn tax on chain, or sorry, on chain and off chain, I mean, they could have more of an impact in the overall volume. But Binance is always going to have an impact unless people move from Binance to crypto.com or from Binance to MEXC. They have no choice to support the burn tax. Uh, Not on chain. The protocol is the protocol. Understandable. It's just the fact that they announced it. Is there a reason why I can't find these nice hour plus long videos of your channel? Wait, of of yours on your channel. You should upload and leave them up. The the um the live streams. You can find the live streams. The live streams are there. All streams show up. Let me bring up YouTube really quick. So all streams should show up for everybody. Um, you just have to go through this stuff. So let me go to my channel. Right. So sorry. So yeah, if you scroll down here and you go to uploads, you're gonna see all the streams that I had. So I had a stream right here yesterday. That was 2 hours and 21 minutes. That dog is freaking out. Why? Why is she freaking out? Oh, it's because she's gonna take her outside. Whenever she goes on a walk, she yips. That's what Shiba Inus do. So, um, anyway, so yeah, there's the stream right there. You can look at the stream that I had a couple days ago. That's still all the way over there. It happened on Friday. So, if you guys want to subscribe to any of my channels, you can subscribe to any of these. I have a reaction channel. I have a gaming channel, Let It Burn channel, which I feel like eventually we're going to need a rebranding. If I'm not fully supporting Shiba Inu, then I think we're going to need a rebranding in some form or fashion, some capacity. And I don't know what to. I know people said they wanted to see Erica on a podcast, and if we could talk about things on a podcast, that would be amazing. But also the golfing channel. So definitely check out all that stuff if you guys are interested. Anyways, let's get back to brass tacks here. All these YouTubers screaming that they're going all in every day is BS. 100%. I think a lot of them see that, you know, I feel like, you know what? I'm not going to get into it. I like what they're doing. I like all the hype that they're building, but going all in every day is not. It's not really a thing. I show you guys if I am going all in. Not saying that they're lying, but there's a definition of going all in, whether you are putting your money in there or not. And I understand right to privacy. They can stay private if they want to. Um, let's talk something else. Oh, what is your thoughts on Anchor Protocol, the low price now? Um, I really don't have a lot of thoughts on Anchor Protocol. I would stay. The reason why I'm staying away from it is because I want to focus on the projects that are there. So LUNC and USTC, rather than understanding, Anchor Protocol. I'm not. I don't. I haven't gotten into it. I haven't looked into it. I haven't researched it at all. Um, but I can tell you that um, I'm I'm not looking into doing anything with this right now. Maybe in the future, when things settle, but I would say no. I don't have any true thoughts on Anchor Protocol right now. Matt, change the Let It Burn channel to Lunic Burn if Shiba is not going well. Yeah, but the problem is that I don't think Lunic will need that help. It would be very minimal compared to the overall tax that you would have. So it's not really going to help at all. Anything really does help, but when you look at the in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be, maybe a couple $1,000s that goes towards it. That's not the best situation. So I most likely will turn it into something that, yes, we'll still talk about, maybe cryptocurrency or something, and maybe that will be my sole like crypto channel or something, because I do like to talk about stocks on this channel as well, but I've been heavily in crypto since a lot of these things have taken off. Right? It's not all about crypto here, which is crazy because we've grown from about 100, I would say 160, no, 140,000 up to 190,000. So gaining an extra 50,000 subscribers off of a lot of crypto content, solely crypto content versus, stock related content, credit card content, all that other stuff that we did talk about. Can we do a Lunatics burn? I think Lunatics can do a burn of their own token. I think that would be great, but that's totally up to them. I'm not, I'm literally just a person that supports it. Um, I'm not a decision maker at all. Matt, have you researched the Luna 1 project? I bought it a few months ago and they're coming close to listing on an exchange. Um, no, I've heard about it. It I've heard about it a little bit, but I haven't really looked into it. I know people were. I don't even know where it is. Um, I've heard about it, but I can't look it up on Market Cap. Yeah, I can't look it up on CoinMarketCap. So I have heard about it, but I haven't looked into it. I think I might have looked into it in the past, but I don't think it was something that was for me. But just because it's for me doesn't mean it's not for everybody else. Other people can find value in something, gains in something that I may not find value in. And it doesn't mean that I'm wrong or you're right, or you're wrong or I'm right. It doesn't mean that. It means that you found a play that works for you, you invested, you made money from it. You know, most people will like to be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm right about this thing running. It gets to a certain point. People can be right and wrong in the same play, even if it does move in their direction. Because like, understand this. Like, if you go, let's say if you buy into Anchor Protocol, right, and it's 10 cents, and you're like, this is gonna skyrocket, and it goes to 20 cents, you end up selling. Right? You made money off of it. You're like, see, I told you it was going to skyrocket. What's the definition of skyrocket there? Because other people might have said, oh, this is going to go to $1, or it's going to go to 50 cents, 5x return. But you got a 2x return. Technically, yes, it did skyrocket, but it also didn't skyrocket at the same time. So people can be right and wrong. So just accept when you are right, and that it feels good to have gains. But just because you have gains doesn't mean that I'm going to make the same move into your play, because it's your investment. You know, I found your channel yesterday via crypto. Nice to know you also talk about stocks. Yeah, I do talk about stocks. I literally just posted something on Patreon, a day trading list for today, day trading and swing trading. I don't know why I didn't update that. But day trading and swing trading for today, a big list that came from Webull. And I like to focus on a lot of the top gainers and things that are happening, within this, uh, within the near lows for swing trades, or, massive movers for pre-market movers. So there's a lot of stuff that we can focus on there, but those are lists that I tend to post on Patreon when it comes to stocks and stuff. What time burns starts us time or US time? Well, it depends where you are, but where I am, right? If we go to Lunic Penguins tracks the burn. Now, I'm pretty sure they update this based on whatever your time is. Um, Block until the new validator's UTC. So either way, no matter what time it is where you are, 18 hours, 23 minutes, 54 seconds is the time. So whatever the time is at that moment, that's what it will be. For me, it will be a different time than it is for someone, on the West Coast. Matt, what's going on with QLC? That thing been popping like 700% in a month. Really? Let's look at it. QLC. So currently up to 5 cents. Um, we're seeing a pretty decent amount of popularity. It's at $26 million. We're seeing it at up 212% in volume. Really good in the last 24 hours. The total supply, we're looking at 240 million coins. Or sorry, the circulating supply 240 million. Total supply 600 million. So you have less than half the coins that are out there, and you do have an ability to mint more. It doesn't look like they are settled to mint more on the lines of just introducing more. So I don't know what the dilution will be. That's something that I always factor in. So if you look at the difference between the fully diluted market cap and the market cap, you're seeing, basically like a, 2x or 3x that you would need to get to there to get fully diluted. Right? Because right now, if it stays at the same price with all the supply out there, that's what you're seeing the value at. Let's look at the history. So history has shown that this has been up to $120, probably when they had less coins that were available. And yeah, you could see $120 million market cap, which still wouldn't dictate a $1.20 price at the current rate of supply. So it would have to be a lower supply at that point to see that $1.25 or $1.20 price. You can see here that you do see a little bit of a pump, right, where it does increase there. So there may be a form of dilution not only here, but also somewhere around this point here. There's a form of dilution. And you're seeing this increase to a 13 point or almost $14 million market cap. So does it show a ton of potential? Not in the long term, because we're looking at 2018. Let's go with just 1 year. We're going to see this at a level of 6 cents one year ago, or I guess 4 cents 1 year ago. Where it currently is, we have surpassed those levels. So can we break past 6 cents? That could be a possibility, but in the last month, I guess it has grown a hell of a lot from this low here of 0.006 all the way up to 5 cents. So it looks decent. It just doesn't show a lot of history, but does show some potential with the volume. Please check out your Twitter, Matt. What's going on with my Twitter? Like my notifications? Give me a second, because I don't know what notifications I have. So I have to duplicate this and bring it over here. What am I looking for? Because I have a lot of notifications. What am I looking for? You know what? I can't answer. I can't even. Oh, there we go. Kindly asking Harry 8K to take care of the rebranding of his YouTube channel that he just announced on his live stream, on a classic burn. So I didn't just announce that I'm rebranding my YouTube channel. I said the possibility of rebranding the sorry, I'm reading something. I talked about the possibility of rebranding the Let It Burn channel from Let It Burn Shiba Inu into something completely different, crypto related, but just not burning LUNC or Shiba Inu or anything like that, because it's at such a low. It would be such a low impact compared to the burn tax that it doesn't make sense for obviously people to support it, but it would be like it's raining outside. I'm trying to think. It's raining outside and I'm collecting raindrops. Like it's gonna be tough, right? The overall amount that it is raining, I'm you know what? How about this? Here's a better one, right? It is raining outside. I'm trying to get the ground wet, right? It's raining outside everywhere. So I'm just going to take a glass of water and pour it on the ground one by one. Obviously, the amount of raindrops that's coming from the sky is going to make the ground wet before I even, get a chance to dump, you know, 3 glasses of water. So that's the problem. Um, Let it burn crypto. Yeah, I don't know what it will be. We'll figure it out. It has 15,000 subscribers, so we'll definitely figure it out. But it will be crypto related. I just don't know how. Um, I like this. Reality, Lunic Army. Now the price is 0.00013. When Lunic's price is at $1, people are like, hey, let's buy more. So I mean, I'm sure there's people that are going to buy more because there is a hopefully it can get above $2, above $10, repeg USTC, re-enable the algorithm, get everything back to normal. And the people that invested here at this 0.00013 or 0.0003, it makes sense. Let me retweet that. Awesome community. And maybe ask your awesome community to help. Help with what? Uh, we officially passed 500 stars on GitHub. The community is strong. We are looking to reach 1,000-star goal. You must have an account to give a star. For what? Terra Rebels? Yeah, 571 stars. But I don't know what this is. I'll have to look into that later. Sorry, I'm all over the place, guys. If you can hit the like button, please hit the like button. We got 1,100 people here. We should have about 1,000 likes at this point. Can we hit 1 cent by December? So I do believe we will hit 1 cent by December. That would be a nice Christmas present for a lot of people. Will they sell? You'll probably have some people that'll sell everything. Maybe some people have 100 million and they just want to collect that million. If you do, you're not going to have $1 million. You're going to have $500,000, but it's still way better than not having $500,000. Matt, you still have 0.005. Matt, you still have a 0.005 to zero point 0.1 end of year price prediction, even with the off chain burn issue. Seems tough to achieve. So, yes, I do. The reason why is because 0.001, where we stand, or where we could stand if we do lose this zero, is a $6 billion market cap. Let me find the position. Here we go. It's a $6 billion market cap at 0.001. So 10% of a penny. If you multiply that by 5, you're looking at a $30 billion market cap. We've seen a ton of things that had a ton of popularity get up to that 40 or $50 billion market cap level. That was in more of a bullish market. I think that some people are saying that we're on the verge of seeing a further drop and that 2023 is going to be worse than 2022. And that could be possible. I don't see it, but that could be possible. Now, if we see this as a bull run for 2023, then we could see a lot more. So before that bull run, I expect to see things start to climb back. And when they climb back, you'll have other things that create, interest, more interest, and FOMOing into a position. And I think that will be what we see here. I do believe that it will get there. A $30 billion market cap is not, it is pretty high, especially for where everything is right now. But we've seen it before, and I think we will see it again. And then what we will see is a ton of burns that go into it. And when those burns do happen, look out. The best case scenario is the developers keep LUNC popular until there's another bull market. Being popular in a bull market means guaranteed success despite of the 6.5 trillion supply. That's 100% true. I was literally just talking about it. Matt, don't forget to check your staking rewards at, oh, I forgot. Come on, man. Let's go ahead and check this. Thank you for letting me know. So it's about, I gain with 8 million, I gain about, let's say it's 300, right? Because it was 752. Let's say it's 305. That's what I'll go with. Yeah. Or we can go with 318. Let's go with 318. I'll do that. It's going to be a little bit inflated. You know what? I'll do it less, 300. So it should be less than that mark. So 300 every hour. Let me factor this in. 300 every hour with 8 million coins. 8,120 coins. 8,120,000 coins. That's 81 million. Thank you for letting me know, though. I'm surprised that I saw that because there's a lot of messages that I miss. Then we could take that and maybe divide it by. Am I dividing this by this? I don't know why I'm doing that. That's not giving me that. Why can't I do simple math on screen? I'll work through that as we're talking. So let's just keep going through stuff. Because for some reason I can't do simple math on screen while there's any type of pressure, which is dumb. But bear with me, guys. Let me play an ad. 300 per hour. Let's multiply that equals this multiplied by 24, which will get me 7,200 per day. Equals this multiplied by 30. So it would get me 216,000 coins a month. For me, that's pretty good. 216,000 coins a month. And that would also be this multiplied by 12, which would be 2.5 million or 2.6 million per year. That's pretty good. Now, I don't know if we'll have that to where I'm holding 8.1 or 8.1 in there the whole entire time. But 8 million will get me 2.5 million per year, 2.6 million per year. That's really good. I'll take that. I will take that every day of the week. And that's not dollars, that's coins, depending on what happens. Because if I can keep 8 million staked in there, and this gets to a point where it is at $1, right? That would be, maybe it's at it has 30 billion coins in supply, and it has a $30 billion market cap, and this is at $1. Every single day, I'll gain $7,000 from it. Every month, I'll gain $216,000. Every year, I'll gain 2.5 or 2.6 million, which could be just beneficial in the end for me and for everybody else that's doing that. So that might be my plan. I might have to change my plan a little bit. Maybe I might take out half of that and gain a certain amount, because if I'm able to gain that much and sell that much, every day in the end, when this does reach $1, I mean, that's a game changer. Not only for like you receiving a certain amount from like not your Roth IRA, but like an index fund or something, you're receiving, maybe $3,000 a day or $4,000 a day if it does get to $1, right? But it's basically saying that I'll receive 2.6 And that's only with Smart Stake. So Smart Stake is offering me 300 per hour out of every million. Let me go ahead and. So basically, we're taking that and we're dividing it by. So out of every one, now I don't want to divide it by that. I want to divide it by. I guess I'll divide it by that first. So take this out of every one that I hold. This is how many Terra I'm receiving per hour. So divide 300 by the 8.1 million just to. So out of, oops, where'd that go? There we go. No. Where'd that go? There we go. Out of every one, I have staked, I'm gaining 0.0000 369, right? 369. So if I take that and I multiply this by 1 million, right? That's what I should do. Multiply by 1 million. You know what? I'll multiply by 100. Each 100 that you stake, you're getting 0.0039 from it. Each 100 that you stake. So that's not accurate what they have. 100 is like 36,000 or something. Because then if I multiply this, this is every 100 right here. So I multiply that by, you know what? Let's just do this by a million. Equals this by every million. Right? It's 36. So I'm going to receive 36.95 every hour from 1 million that I have staked in Smart Stake. Right? And then if I multiply that by 24, then I would have 886 per day from each million that I have staked. Hopefully all of that makes sense. Does all that make sense to people? So either way, where do you stake coins come from? Where do my staked coins come from? I bought them. So I don't know the answer to that. I believe there's two methods to staking, right? Staking could be newly minted coins that people are receiving, and it could also be a pool. I'm not sure if it is a pool of coins that could be staked, so I'm not 100% sure. Staking rewards will come down as the price increases in supply and decreases. You're not going to keep getting 7K coins a day when it's at $1. So you got to understand that you will receive the same amount of coins based on the rewards. So the rewards, the percentage could stay the same, and the percentage is really low. So based on that percentage and how much I have per, how much I have there. So in a year, that percentage obviously is pretty high. So I'm basically looking at that divided by this, and that's how much my APY would be, which would be 32%. So obviously that is going to come down. Either way, you're still going to be able to gain a hell of a lot of rewards. There's a rewards pool. See, there we go. So it comes from either a pool or it comes from minting the coins, which I believe it's not mint. I firmly believe that it wasn't minting. So 32% is definitely very high when it comes to staking rewards. And you'll probably see it way lower. However, you're still going to be able to receive a hell of a lot. And I don't know when that will come down because, yes, it probably will come down when everything has to remain stable. But for receiving this for maybe a year or two while things are getting stable, There's no minting from staking. There's a ton of things that do minting from staking. They mint more coins in order to stake the position, and that's where it dilutes the position, but not um, from what's it called? From Terra Luna Classic. Good question. They're staking rewards from a coin that come from if if minted, that does mean the total supply increases. So yeah, it's not from minting. Just want to clarify that it's not from minting. I knew that there was a pool, but I wanted to be 100% sure. In 22 days of staking with 9 million coins, I've received 664 USTC, which equals 2.2 million LUNC in rewards. So yeah, total that I'm receiving right now in the per million, or that you would receive per million for Smart Stake, is 886, 886 per month. Which, if you multiply it by 12, multiply by 12, you're getting 10,640 per year. Is that per? No, that's per day. That's how much you're receiving per day. So then this would be per month, and then multiplied by that would be per year. Multiplied by 12 would, come on, man. Why does it not click the damn button? Multiplied by 12 would be per year, which would be 319 per million that you offer. So obviously, 300 or 32% is very high. Would you see 32% the whole time? Most likely not. The percentage is going to come down, but the dollar value will also increase. So you'll be able to receive a hell of a lot. If you keep reinvesting all your rewards, you will still end up making a huge amount of money off of your staked coins, even after APY comes down. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Transfer LUNC from KuCoin to Terra Station and then stake. Which validators you recommend? So wait, you're saying transfer LUNC from KuCoin to Terra Station and then stake. Make sure it's traded on the Terra network before you transfer it. But yeah, then you stake. Which validators would you recommend? I always go. So I'm going with a lower lower tier validator when it comes to the voting power. I'm just not a fan of investing in any of these like top positions that hold 11 to 20% voting power. So I ended up staking with Smart Stake, and they're currently standing at voting power of about 4%. And you also understand what the reward structure is, because I just told you. So I would recommend Smart Stake. When you hold better stake, recommend it on Terra Station. Will tomorrow's burn cause a pump, or will we just see a dump? It depends how the market's going. Right? If the market is going in the wrong direction, I'm sure we will see a lot of people that buy at some of these low levels. I think we will see a green day. I don't know how the volume will go. I think people are waiting to see what will happen, what the burn will be. So it's more of like a wait and see type of thing. Why don't we get rewarded from KuCoin? They don't offer it. You offer staking on certain platforms, but they don't offer it. If the platform doesn't offer the rewards, then I mean that's on them. It's not based on the fact that you can trade on chain on that platform. It's based on the fact that if the exchange doesn't offer it, you don't get it. Matt, why did they remove the cash balance on Terra Station? Can't see my balance. I don't know. I've never been able to see my balance. I don't know if you were able to. I've never been able to see my balance. So it's always been in the amount of coins that you have, never like whatever it's valued at. I guess if you look at it based on a USTC um, level, yeah, I don't know, because for me, it just shows how much LUNC I have, how much USTC I have. Let me see. Let me go to this. And can you swap? Not that. For LUNC. Uh, 558. Yeah, I don't know why it tells me that my 558 is worth 1 million, because it says, I know someone said that they received 664, which is worth 2 million. I think Terra Station has it wrong, because 600 USTC is not worth that much. Um, 600 USTC is worth like 50, 50,000, 60,000 LUNC. It's not worth millions of LUNC. So mine is wrong too, because it says that I have 1.9 or basically 2 million LUNC that I received from the 558 USTC. Don't sell, just buy more if it drops. So I'm not looking to, if you're talking to me, I'm not looking to sell any. I am looking to buy more, but I just don't know when I would do that and what the purpose would be. Uh, Thank you for that 299 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Will you live stream from the start of the burn? Um, yeah. So I guess in 18 hours, 18 hours, 10 minutes. That's like two. That's like 2 o'clock in the morning, isn't it? So 6 hours from now, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Will I live stream at 2 o'clock in the morning? You want me to start at 2 o'clock in the morning and go until, I mean, I would have to go to sleep early. I usually only get like 6 hours to 7 hours of sleep. So I would have to go to sleep early, maybe only get 5 hours of sleep, and then just have like a Celsius or something. Matt, you're a very smart man. Why don't you create your own coin? So I have created my own coin. It's a lot of work. It's not about being smart. I think I can do it. It's a lot of work. And maintaining it is even more work. So with how much is on my plate, with how many channels I have, how much work I'm doing on YouTube, how much investing I'm actually doing, it's way too much. Now, if I had some developers on the side that can do that, that would be great. Um, but it's so difficult. It's way more difficult than you think. For people that don't really have anything extra that they're doing. So if you're working a 9 to 5 and you come home and you have nothing else that you are doing, it's not difficult to do that. I feel like I'm not only working a 9 to 5, I'm working a 24/7 thing, 24/7 business here, right? Um, so change the sound for super chat. Very frustrating to hear every 5 minutes rather than get more ads. Uh, make the stream hard to listen to and very distracting. Really? A lot of other people laugh at that. So I mean, you're the only one that has said that. I don't even know if I could change the sound at this point. I could turn alerts off. Used to show the value in USTC for me. As of a few days ago, it stopped. Hmm. Man, I've been watching and learning since you had barely 25 people in your lives. Um, Barely 25 people in my lives. I've never had barely 25 people in my lives. I like the come up, keep doing you. Let's make this back. So yeah, I've never had less than 150 people in my lives. When I first started going live, I had, and that was talking about AMC. That was the first time I ever went live on YouTube, and I had um, 4,000 people that were in there. But then things started to fall back. Um, yeah, I had 4,000 people when I first started. Then it jumped the next week to about 16,000. Stayed at about, I think the highest I ever had was 21,000 people in the live stream. Um, but it started to fall back, obviously, because I wasn't streaming as much as the other guys on YouTube. And then I was seeing probably somewhere around 2,000 people every day. Then it fell all the way down because I stopped live streaming for probably 2 weeks, and that's because my boss basically said I can't do it, and we worked out a schedule to where I could do it. So I ended up live streaming for about 2 hours every day. Would have an average of 200 to 300 people in there, and now we're seeing a little bit more traction. We saw more traction with Shiba Inu, where we saw 2,000 or 3,000 people in the live streams. Then it went down to 200 um, again, or 200, 300. It's just back and forth, off and on. You're the king. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. If I stake at Smart Stake, must I have uh, stack counts a whole year, or can I stop staking whenever I want? So you can stop staking whenever you want, but the problem is it has a 21-day undelegation period. So you're not going to be able to do anything with your coins. You're not going to have it available to sell. You can't accept rewards at that time. It's just in limbo until the 21-day period is up. So that's definitely a more difficult situation than people having to wait 30 days to unstake. Because most times when you unstake, um, like say if you have a 30-day period, you're staked for 30 days. But then once that 30 days hits, you're done, right? You're still gaining rewards for that whole 30 days, but once the day hits, the 30-day hits, um, that gets unstaked and it's available to sell. For this, when you decide to unstake your position, you have to wait 21 days without receiving rewards in order to be able to sell it. I mostly have your streams up at as the background noise and information. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm trying to think of like what would be the best situation if I would stake everything, how much in this time where we're getting 32% basically, how much would I receive and how much could I send to a wallet before this all runs? I probably should have thought of this maybe 2 months ago or a month ago, I mean, as staking did go live, because in a month I could have gained, because if I had eight 8,000, sorry, 8 million every month, 8 million would give me 216. So obviously, if I take that and multiply it by 4, because I would have 44 equals this divided by 44. Why did I do that? Divided by divided by 8 million is 5. So if I multiply that by 5, then I knew it was a little bit more than that. Multiply by 5, I would have 1 million that I gained in the first month. So within that first month, before, I mean, that might be beneficial because each month I'll be able to gain 1 million and that will set me up to sell, because the first sell that I have on my list is 2 million. Right? I'm selling 2 million coins, which would be at 1 cent. Now, if each month I can gain 2 million out of it, you can see me sell a certain amount. Now, if all of this happens within like maybe 5 months, then I wouldn't be able to sell what I want to sell. I might have to delegate more. I might delegate like 50%. I'm thinking about delegating more of what I have. Can you please discuss the Lunatics drop? Is there something in the works to bring the volume back? So they have things that are in the works. The problem is that there's not many exchanges that it's traded on. So it's not only about just hype that goes into it right now. Obviously, cryptocurrency is all about hype, but it needs more exchanges. It needs a bullish market. Understand that when we see a bullish market, you're basically going to see everything that runs. So I understand where people's concerns are. They obviously want to see it increase a hell of a lot. So do I. But I think I should have went to members only. I was supposed to go to members only at 8 o'clock. But it's difficult to see that, every day of the week or every week, to see it absolutely run. Matt, did Westchester University have good parties? I didn't. So I went to Westchester University for my MBA. I didn't go to Westchester University for my bachelor's degrees, or when I started college, when I went to Thaddeus Stevens on campus. Everywhere else I did, I was more of a working student. So I had to be. I was basically on my own. I needed to get everything situated and make sure that I had the best, what job you do. Make sure I have the best job for myself. So I was a financial analyst for a hospital. Before that, I was a senior accountant for an urgent care, and moved my way up within that from, basically accounts payable clerk, accounts receivable, payroll, staff accountant, senior accountant. Moved my way up from there. But yeah, I loved what I was doing. I just didn't like the lack of appreciation and the schedule, obviously. I like making my own schedule. If I feel like recording a video and putting the videos out, like if I want to get videos done, like if I want to always have content out there, I can pre-record all my content for a day, maybe even at night if I wanted to. I can pre-record all my content in the morning. I can get up early, record my content, and then put it out there, right? Now, if I went to a job, I would have to go there 9 to 5, do whatever I have to do. Or I can work from home, but I have to be working the amount of hours, right? So I just didn't like that. I like being able to create my own schedule and work when I feel like working. And then when it comes to investing, I can gain whatever money I want. That's just like the icing on the cake on top of it, which is technically the same thing of what I just said, the cherry on top, icing on the cake. Go watch one of his 20 videos on that. On what? Can you explain how burning supply heavily affects the price? Are there levels of burning per hour that almost must increase the price for LUNC because of the high burning? There's so many parentheses. Now when the price is low, not $1. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you're basically asking how will the burning this supply heavily affect this price? Burning the overall supply will affect the price. Let's say if we get to a point where we know that Terra Luna Classic is going to be worth $2 billion of a market cap. If it's worth $2 billion of a market cap, what we're going to see is, as the supply goes lower and the price remains the same, the market cap is going to decrease, right? The market cap is going to, decrease. So what we want to see is obviously that market cap increase. So we need the price to increase with the supply, increasing, or sorry, the supply decreasing. I'm getting myself confused. So that's the reason why. If the supply decreases, it basically says that with the same price, this is worth a lot less, right? Jesus, now I'm confusing myself. We need to see basically the supply decrease so that we can increase whatever this price will be. Because if the market cap stays the same, the price increases. If the price stays the same, the market cap decreases. Does that make sense? If people figure out the 1.2% in what they buy and send to the dead wallet, if people figure out in 1.2% what they buy and send it to the dead wallet, yeah, I mean, people can do that themselves. I know it's going to be tricky for everybody to do that. The problem that we come to is the fact that we don't want the option for people to choose to do that. We want people to be forced to do that, because there's a lot of people that will not do it because they just don't want to do it, right? They feel as though, even though, let's say 20% of people are doing it, you have 80% of people that are just like, I'm not doing it. If it's not a thing, if it doesn't need to be done, I'm not giving up my free money. Some people don't have a lot of money as it is, and they don't want to risk anything, right? And I totally understand that. But if everybody is forced to do it, if everyone is doing it, then it's a part of the normal process. And if one person chooses not to do it, it's not a normal process anymore. To be honest, I don't see a bull season, and at least until winter ends. People will be concerned with heating bills and gas bills, maybe food costs too. So no money to put into crypto this winter. Uh, I mean, yes and no. I don't know. Usually you see the markets run around Christmas, but last year it was a different story, right? It fell hard, around the end of the year, which I expected to see some pretty decent movement, because Christmas time and all of that usually has a lot of movement in the stock market, which means a lot of investing from whales, which means a lot of investing from retail traders as well. That's just usually how it goes. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see that the same thing. Maybe we won't. But I respect your opinion. I live off of 26K after taxes a year. I can live off of 1 million for 40 years. That's all I need. I hear you. Can you lose coins on staking, please? Can you lose coins? No, you can't lose any on staking. You gain more. I'm not sure how it works. Cheers. Yeah, it's not about, you won't lose any coins on staking. The dollar value obviously is still pinned to whatever Terra Luna Classic is. So yes, the value of it can go down and up, but you can't lose any coins. You will only gain coins. It's literally a win-win unless you are in a situation where you want to sell and you have 21 days in order to sell after that time period. That's why I really only stake 25%, thinking about staking 50%, because since my selling plan is more or less to sell about a little over, that 25% mark, actually is to sell 50% before it gets to 25 cents. I think the other 50% of my position would be free. I would be able to gain so much out of it. And then what I would do is not restake everything that I have there. I would just gain what I can gain with the 16 million or 20 million that I have. Yeah, 20 million that I have put into that place, and then keep 20 million outside of it. So I'll take 22 million, put it in Terra Station, and take 22 million and keep it outside in MetaMask. That's not a bad idea. All right. Anyways, we got to get out of here. We're going to go over to Twitch. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Again, if you guys want to join the Patreon, feel free to go over here and join the Patreon. I believe we have 280 members at this point, where we have, let's go ahead and look at the public view. And we have the most popular level, which is profit hands. We do have expert profit hands, and then we have another level, which is financial freedom. We will be uploading videos on those one-on-ones. If you guys want examples on what we talk about and all that other stuff, feel free to go and check out the Patreon, subscribe, and be a part of it there. Whether you're in the Discord, you can go into the Discord, or whether you're in the profit hands, expert profit hands, or financial freedom. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, feel free to follow me on Twitch. Link is in the chat. It's literally the top comment, the pinned comment in the chat. And we're going to be over on Twitch just talking about LUNC there. And maybe we'll react to some videos if you guys have any type of reactions that we want to get into. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe